Now, the government of Ghana has initiated a back to school program, which is a program to enroll school dropouts and children of school age back into schools to help expand education and to cover um, underprivileged children who have needs and yet cannot be in school due to various reasons. Now, the Deputy Minister of Education, Reverend John Tim Fujo, who disclosed this, said that about 450,000 children in Ghana were going to benefit from the initiative, and about 30% of them will have been students or will have been children who have never stepped in schools. And if this is true, this is going to be a very good thing because look at that number. It's so much. Now, according to him, they are trying to identify those children from poor households and also from areas that are hard to reach in many of the regions in the nation Ghana. And their aim is to reintegrate them into schools and to get those who have not even been into schools before to have a feel of school and to get some education. The Deputy Minister also announced this at one of this World Fishing Ghana Educational Forum in Accra. According to him, this program would be undertaken as part of the World Bank's Education Outcome Funding, which is known as the EOF. Yeah, the Education Outcome Funding, the intervention of that. Now, this forum was on the theme Bridging the Learning Gap at the basic level and building a supportive learning environment through sustainable water, sanitation, and hygiene. Now, Reverend Fujo said that about 10,000 basic schools, which represents 25% of schools in the nation, do not have proper facilities. A situation which he said impeded teaching and learning in these schools. Now, this has been one of the situations in education that we've been battling, especially in the rural areas. So this doesn't come as too much of a surprise to me. He was calling for a more collaborative effort between the government and key organizations such as World Vision, such as UNESCO, which is this scientific and cultural organization. That's the United Nations Scientific and Cultural Organizations, Plan Ghana, and as well as other bodies which can help alleviate hygiene challenges in schools across the country. He was saying that this is the way for things to be better in some of our schools, especially the basic schools. Since when they were assessing basic school system, they had to understand why about 98% of class 2 pupils alone could not read and understand basic letters, and it was hard for him to understand because as at class 2, I remember even most of us, we had started writing already. We had started writing in class 2, yeah. So that was the outcome of an early grade assessment made by the ministry. That was some years ago, from 2013 to 2015. Now, when you look at the way things are happening now, some 125 million people in not only in Ghana but in sub-Saharan Africa are going through or have gone through 4-year basic education, and with this they still lack literacy and numeracy skills. Apart from that, according to a World Bank report in 2018, about 83% of those pupils in basic schools at around age 10 are not able to read and even understand simple text. So this was very alarming. If at that stage they haven't gotten these fundamentals, we are looking at people who are supposed to be future leaders and people who are supposed to be making one of these new gadgets and all these things that we are going to benefit from in the nation. When are they going to reach those stages? You get it? So the Deputy Minister said that the government intended to build a certain robust educational system to help expand this tertiary education also, which will be able to enroll about 40% of those who are not being enrolled by the year of 2020. And their hope is also to reform the educational curriculum so they could build critical and creative minds that will make good graduates, and also that will make this nation a better place. Now they are committed, and the director of World Vision Ghana, Mr. Dickens Tunde, he expressed his commitment of his organization to help transform, literacy and all these numeracy challenges in basic schools across the country. He was also saying that the organization had carried out an initiative known as the Unlock Literacy Project in about 77 communities in the Afram Plains, among a targeted group of about 9,000 students, which are all basic school students, by the way. Now, through this initiative, they hope that literacy and numeracy skills will improve significantly, from at least 2% to about 40%. And if they're able to pull through like they say they would, I'm sure it will even go above 40%, because that would be a lot of things put into play and into consideration. Now, when you want to prioritize education, we have to look at some of the things that these students need and also these teachers need as well. Even Mr. Abdurrahmani Diallo said that there was the need for the government to prioritize education as a key element in achieving sustainable development goals. But he also applauded the government for the implementation of this free senior high school policy, and was urging government to continue to make the right changes to improve the educational sector. Seeing the different things that are happening in our education system. So we are hoping that this back to school thing will reach many students in places where they need to. If you are someone who knows any school dropouts, and you are sure that that is a school dropout that is serious about school, we are not talking about those school dropouts who have left to go and pursue careers and jobs and stuff and are making an income from there, but those school dropouts who are not able to continue with their education and are serious on on learning and stuff. If you know any of those, please do well to contact this back to school program or the Ghana Education Service or any of the names mentioned, to get them into this back to school project. It could be that also someone who's very good or who needs to be educated but is at a place that is far from educational facilities, which is hard to reach. Just do the contact, and then they'll be able to get that person some form of transport or some ways to get the education that is hard for him to get where he is. Please don't forget, don't just listen to this and sleep over it. I'm sure one way or the other you can also be of help to this program, because it will be a waste for the program to be available and yet the people will not be able to reach this program to benefit from them. Remember that as you are educating this our young ones, you are making things better for us in the nation. Tomorrow, these are the ones that are going to be in control in certain areas of agric, of business, of all these different areas that play a key role in making Ghana what it is. So please do well to look out for not only dropouts but also for people who are uneducated, people who are less privileged, people who are in less privileged places. There are people who wish to go to school, who wish to send their children to school, but they don't have the funds for it. You can do well to get them to contact this back to school program. Okay, so that is it. Let us see your comments on what you think. Is this a good initiative? Do you think it will be successful? Or do you know anyone or any areas, maybe you know a certain town or a certain village or a certain place where they really need education but they are not able to get it? Then let us know in the comment section below, and let the right contact be made. Okay, so thank you very much for listening, and do have yourself a very, very nice day.